Hey there friends, it is me, HLModTech, and Bailey and I are ready to take you on another Dog Daze trip. Today we are at Kirk Park, and I'm going to take you to the beach where the dogs are actually able to swim. So my friends, let's get strolling. Alright, so Kirk Park is a beautiful area. There are lots of cool things. You do need to get a pass to get into it. There are lots of cool trails, but the most cool thing for us today is that there is a beach where you actually get to let your dog run and swim. Once you park, it is super easy to get to the path over here. So this is the south trail to the off-leash beach area. On the way there, they do want you to have a leash, and they want you to pick up after your puppy if your puppy leaves anything. The main path, or the shorter path, goes that way. You can also get there going this way to the left, which has a lot more hills, but Bailey is in a hurry to get to the beach. It's a little harder to keep up with Bailey because she's excited because there's people up there, and she likes the beach. We are just emphasizing the dog part of this trip, but if you're ever out here on your own, there is a beautiful climb up those hills. There's actually a path over here on the right, and you get awesome scenic overlooks of Lake Michigan. When you get to this corner, you are simply around the bend from the stairs down to the beach. Right here, if you hang this right, this is how you go up the hill with a nice path where you're not allowed to take your dogs, but it is a beautiful scenic view. You like the water, Bailey Boom? Good job, big girl. Yay, Bailey. Good girl. That was nice work. Come here, big girl. You want to chase the stick again? You ready? Here you go. Good girl. Yes, you are. All sizes of doggies. How are you, buddy? What Bailey's on? How are you, buddy? You can see the park becomes quite bonkers as pups are running everywhere. Good idea. Which dog is yours? Leave it, Bailey. Good girl. Hi, guys. Come here, Bailey. Good girl. Do you want to be on TV? So once you do roll out, prepare to have a tired and much more calm canine friend. Right, big girl? Let's go. Alrighty, friends. So as you can see, once you get near the dog, you just get to roam free. If you've got your small children, you probably don't want them loose on this beach because the dogs just go back and forth, and they do not pay any mind to the children. But it is a great way for your dog to learn how to interact with other people and other dogs. My friends, if you found this useful, please hit that like button. If you've got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you're looking for directions, I will link those in the clip. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. Last but not least, if you're the first one to brand new video, HLModTech. And of course, Bailey. He's having too much fun off camera. Have a great day. Hey there, friends, it is me, HLModTech, and Bailey and I are going to take you on a tour of Stu Visser Trails. So, my friends, let's get cracking. So, my friends, the Stu Visser Trails are, for the most part, suspended, and you're walking over a sweet little creek. As you can see, they've got accessible parking and trash cans. And then this is the map showing how we're going to go along the Pine Creek Trail. We are at the Ottawa Beach entrance. You can also enter from Lake Ready. Ready to go, Bailey? Even during wet weather, you can make some pretty good progress out here on the trails. This spring it was so wet that we actually couldn't get all the way to the other end when we did it. But this year was exceptionally rainy. As you travel, you've got lots of beautiful flowers to look at, and you'll see lots of little critters out in the water as well. And if you listen closely, I'll be quiet in a second, it is teeming with life. If you're looking for an open place for your puppy to roam, this is probably not the best you're going to find. You are pretty much limited to the path just because of how wet it is. But it is also super cool because you get to see some different animals than what you'd see on a normal trip. As you walk, there are cool little areas where you can peek out over into the water, and you'll also sometimes see people fishing in these areas. Here we finally reach solid ground, so there is a little bit more room for your puppy to roam. As you get to this open area, there is more room for the puppy to move, which also means you've got more chance that they'll spot that water. And if you've got a lab like I got, she is happy to go in and swim, so I'm going to keep the leash a little tighter so we can keep her dry for the ride home. Little ducky made us both jump. What do you think, Bailey? Is that fun or is that kind of scary? Good dog. This is another awesome place where you'll quite often see people fishing. Bailey was looking at the edge to see if she could find a way through. The water's not real clear today, so we can't see anything. I think there was rain lately. It's got it a little bit stirred up. But it is a lovely area, and we have seen fish and turtles on different occasions, just not today. The water this year is about as high as I've ever seen it. Bailey's gonna try and get a drink, which I'm cool with drinks, but I don't want the puppy swimming. Good girl. You can tell by the algae that this has been quite wet. This whole area is just as deep as I've ever seen it. And we get to see little duckies. And I gotta tell Bailey to leave the duckies alone. They are adorable there, aren't they? Good job, big girl. They do look fun to play with, don't they? Nope, not going in the water. Alrighty, friends. As you can see, it is a bit of a puddle there that we would have to cross, and I'm not willing to take Bailey out in it. If you look really out there in the distance, you can see we've made it almost to Lake Shore. You'll see cars pass every once in a while, which lets you know that that's where we made it to. But we're going to turn around and head back and check out the sights on the way back as well, including our little buddies, the ducks. So, this is my puppy Bailey, being a 2-year-old and going limp. I will go no further, she says, so we will sit here and wait. Right, big girl? Yeah, look at you, thinking you're all cute and adorable. Good dog. That was a large bird. Alrighty, friends, well, I hope you enjoyed this trip through Stu Visser Trails with Bailey and I. If you did, please give it a like. If you've got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from Bailey and I. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hey there, friends, it is me, HLModTech, and Bailey and I are at the Hemlock Crossing kayak launch, and today we are going to take a new path out along the cool bridges that are on the road instead of staying in the park. So my friends, let's get cracking. Alright, so this is the kayak launch, And Bailey is sniffing like crazy because it's a brand new area. Come on, big girl. Instead, we're going to take a walk down this path and just check out the cool things along the highway. I got the idea the other day when I was coming up here to take her to Pine Bend, and I just noticed how beautiful this area is and that there's some real cool bridges that you cross. And we've got to wear a leash when we're out here anyways, so why not check out something interesting? The one thing that you are not going to have is the quiet of the woods. We've got the highway, so you'll be able to hear that road noise the entire time you travel. Right here is the Hemlock Crossing entry, and instead we are hanging a left this way, big girl, and going across the cool bridge. We are walking on a Wednesday and school is out, so there is a ton of traffic right now. It's a good look at the Pigeon River as we cross the bridge. Even a sweet old terrain bridge over there. Alright friends, I left that truck in there just to show how loud it was. It was quite distracting having all the traffic going by. The scenery was nice, but the traffic was kind of wearing me out, so I'm going to do the rest of this with just music until I show you the cool part that we find near the end. You can see the sign for the stop sign up ahead. We hang a left right there and we walk down Croswell, which would take you towards the Pine Bend entrance of the park as well. This is along Croswell, and as you can see, you still got a nice wooded path, but we are still experiencing quite a bit of traffic. Sneaky way in. We're gonna walk back that way in a minute. Nope, this way. Good girl. So friends, at the end of this bridge, Bailey and I are turning around and coming back, and what we noticed was that there is a way into the Hemlock Crossing open space from right here. So we're gonna go back. Instead of out on the busy trip, we're gonna use the woods. So we gotta get a comparison of how much more enjoyable it is in the woods instead of out here by the busy road. This way, big girl. And right here, friends, is the entrance so that we can head in and see where this path takes us. It is definitely way less used than the normal ones, but I think it only takes a few minutes for us to get to a place where it actually looks like a path. This is definitely the path less traveled, but we are already far enough in that the noise of the road is like 10 times less. And it's a much more pleasant walk, and we finally got to our first sign. Let's see what it says. Service road. All right. So that's how you get to it from that direction there. I see a path over here. Let's scooch over and see where it goes. We're gonna go this way, Bailey. It is amazing the change that few feet of woods makes. It is such a more pleasant experience walking through here. And you can see we just made it to the signs, which I've shown you on our previous Hemlock Crossing trip. I'll put a link to our previous Hemlock Crossing trip at the top of this video. If you look for the little eye, that'll be how you can track it down if you want to see that. Just a quick reminder, there are many routes that you can take. Bailey and I are actually to the spot where we can exit to our car, and today we've got another project on our list, so we're going to go take care of that instead of going longer on this route. And this is inside the park where you get to cross Hemlock Crossing or the Pine River. Back out that way is where we cross the other bridge and we can look down on the water. So one of the nice things about Hemlock Crossing is they've got places for you to take your bikes. There are lots of paths through the cool meadow. And then also, they've actually got restroom facilities. Bailey's watching other puppies, so we've got to take a break. Come on, silly girl. So like I said a moment ago, we would have parked in this parking lot by the cool little benches, except for us using that kayak launch to go outside the park to start out. The nice thing is there is a path, so we can still walk on a path all the way to and from the park. Free water! Thank you, Mother Nature, with the rain. This way, big girl. Good dog. Alrighty, friends, I hope you enjoyed our trip around the outside of Hemlock Crossing. I did enjoy the cool bridges, but I'm going to tell you that road noise was not very fun. And it probably didn't make for a very good video, and I apologize for that. I am super excited that we found that external entrance to Hemlock Crossing, which I think is pretty sweet. Friends, if you found the video useful, please hit that like button. If you got a question, comment, or a suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from Bailey and I. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hey there, friends, it is me, HLModTech, and today Bailey and I are going to take you around the outside of Kirk Park so you can see the other options besides just using the dog beach. So right near the entrance, there is a path that is a nice easy path, and Bailey and I are going to head down it right now. Aren't we, big girl? This path does require that you have a leash. It is pretty well cleared, which is nice. This side that goes to the north is pretty flat, but when you wrap around to the other side, you actually get some sweet hills, which we will see later. We had some pretty heavy rains yesterday, and you can tell that there was water running in the paths just because of the way they feel, but it is still nice. It's so sandy that the rain has not created any puddles, and it's pretty easy to walk on. You can see on this edge of the park we do get close to houses. They'll have signs saying make sure we stay on our own property, which of course we will. Bailey was just checking out this little, maybe a deer path, maybe another path that goes up that way. But we are going to continue out towards the lake. Just a word of note, you are not allowed to go to the lake from this path. You have to go to actually the dog beach, which we are not going to visit today, even though it would be a ton of fun. This path goes to the parking lot, but we're going to continue a little further down until we can actually get to the area where it says dogs are not allowed on the beach. Cute little playground where we used to bring my kids when they were little. There is the park map and the little sign that says no dogs beyond this point. Come on back, Bailey Boo, we gotta go this way. Come on, big girl. Good girl. You can see this park has awesome facilities and includes a lot of picnic tables, picnic area, even fresh water, grills. That stuff all quits being maintained when Labor Day gets here. So you can see this park does have a ton of parking. And then off this way is the actual path that takes you to the dog beach. Today though, we are just going to take you on the hiking trails, which are quite fun as well. Here you can see they got a sign telling us which way it is to the off-leash area. If you do not have your dog with you, that path leads to a sweet trail that climbs this awesome hill and you get some spectacular views. But you are not allowed to take the puppies there, so Bailey and I are skipping that. Maybe someday we'll create some people paths for our videos. Bailey, this way. She is making these posts so much work today. So once again, this is the south trail to the off-leash beach area. We are going to cut left and check out the awesome hills. You'll notice here they tell you leash up, it's the rule, and pick up. And to make it even easier to pick up, they have got a little bin up here with bags so that you can snag one. Right here's where you can grab one, and they've got a bin for you to throw things out as well. Come on, Bailey. So instead of going to the beach area, we are going to go this way. Bailey is not 100% sure I'm making the right choice. Come on, big girl. Good dog, good dog. These paths lead more towards the road and have a lot more terrain than what we were on a minute ago. Bailey loves to go to the hills, and occasionally she gets ahead of me a little bit, and it's hard to get back a hold of that leash. Slow down, little girl. Good puppy. This is kind of wild, just how far down that hole goes. It's quite a ridge that we're up on. A dune from another day, apparently. You do want to be wary. There are roots out and about, so it'd be easy to trip and wipe yourself out on these paths. But they still are beautiful. You can see here there is a map that lets you pick which way you want to go. I will let Bailey pick that we're going down towards the road. Yes, good girl. Good puppy, yes. So good. Yes, good girl. We have been doing a lot of open space time, so Bailey normally gets to run. I'm not sure she's a fan of this leash, but rules are rules. We'll at least keep it on, even if occasionally I drop it. As we stroll. You can tell the road is right back out there, so now we're just winding our way back towards where we parked the car. Probably getting in a good mile and a half. And there are options where we can cycle back and redo parts if we wanted as well. Pretty fall day in the 70s. Lots of humidity, but still a great day for a walk. All right, so if you take that trail instead of following the red arrow, you go right out to the road, actually Lakeshore Drive. So it is better to stay on this awesome little path and travel further north to where we parked. That road would take us back towards the ranger station. This one takes us more towards the driveways where we parked. You can see right there is the ranger station. And if we follow this little red arrow, it'll take us back out where we parked. Good job, Bailey. Alrighty friends, I hope you enjoyed our trip around Kirk Park. If you did, please give it a like. If you've got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from Bailey and I. Hey there friends, it is me, HLModTech, and I have got Bailey with me. Today we are checking out the Hiawatha Drain open space. So my friends, let's get cracking! Alright friends, you can see here they're trying to give invasive species the boot. It shows us the path of the drain project, and we get to stroll without a leash on. They do ask that you carry a leash, so I have got mine with us as we take off. We've got a beautiful fall day today. It is 9/19/2019. A lot of 9s and 1s in the date today. As you can tell, there is a road behind us, but we are just a few steps from being in the forest. This is our first time through here, so we really do not know what to expect. As you can see, there is lots for Bailey to check out and smell. The trees here are quite magnificent. Lots of hardwoods. There is a mosquito buzzing by my ear. But where in Michigan are you not going to find that right now? Right, big girl? Here is our first place where the paths branch off. Bailey, I think we're gonna go this way. Bailey, come. Just a marking post. Doesn't really explain where it is we're heading. There's my puppy coming back like she's supposed to. Good job, big girl. Yes, good girl. Good girl, yes. Thank you for slowing down for me. These off-leash spaces are awesome, as I get to stroll on the main path, and Bailey gets to cover her own little territory as she checks out all the awesome little things as we head out. I'm hoping this video is also a lot less shaky, as being able to walk just doing this and not holding a leash does make it a much easier project. Where'd you go, puppy dog? Here's my girl. Good job, Bailey. Good job. I don't know what the open areas are, but I'm going to continue on this path. This way, Bailey. Good dog. If you look down here at the tracks, we've got lots of people going through here, and we've got some bicycle tracks. I did not see bicycle tracks back at the beginning, so they may be coming from another entrance. Got another branch in the paths. We're going to stay on the straight one. I do see another post. So as much as I'll tell you there aren't any maps, at least I can tell you there are center posts. It appears down the middle, and we'll see as we go through this more and more just where else it all leads. This actually branches in several directions. So no matter what, we'll have lots of things to explore. Those actually had arrows for a red and a green trail. We'll see if we can find you a map that shows you those and add that to the video as well. Right, Bailey Boo? That little green arrow showed us going to the left, and as much as I have stayed straight so far, I got a feeling that left arrow is the one I want to try this time. So far there are not any hills, and the path had been pretty smooth. Turning to this side's a little more root covered, but it's still a nice peaceful path. I can hear some sort of birds off to the left, kind of like geese, but I can't see them. The sun coming through the trees is really pretty. Pretty large tree. What do you think, Bailey? Is that pretty cool? We are headed back towards the sun now, so that would mean we are headed to the west, considering we started heading east when we began the project. Turned back on the same trail, so I don't know exactly where this connects, so maybe this goes to where that arrow was that we saw a little bit ago. Good girl. Here we finally got some cool little hills. You can see why this would be kind of fun for the bicycles. Nothing earth-shattering, but at least a little bit of terrain. Have you found where we were before? Do you recognize this spot, Bailey? There's that post that we followed earlier. So now we're on our way back. Which, knowing that the sun is setting in the west, that is where we were supposed to head back as well. So I would guess we've walked about a mile so far. And before we actually head back to the road, we'll take one of those little off branches to the south as well. See what we can find over there. Good girl. Yes! Good job, big girl. Yes, good dog. Are you going off-road, Pumpkin? And this is one of the places where it branches off, so let's just take a quick peek and see what's off over here towards the south. It's a bit more open, huh, puppy dog? This way, Bailey. There is a pond, and I don't want her swimming. Come on, big girl. Bailey. We'll cut back to the same path. Good to know there's a cool pond back there if I ever am in the mood for getting the puppy wet. But today, we're counting ourselves lucky because she saw water and is still with me. Good dog. It did look like there was a path that went further along the woods, which if I wanted to leash her up, we could go stroll it. But it has been a good walk. We can also research that from Google Earth and get a better clue as well. We're gonna leash up quick as we're getting closer to the road. Makes it much more difficult to walk it smoothly, but if you were looking up there and could see that, there was actually a vehicle going across. So I'm glad we were all strapped in so it was easier for the way out. No. Let's leave it, big girl. So this area here says no motor vehicles. I'm not sure why it was all flattened out. Whether they're using road for somewhere back by that water. Looks like for a time there was a little fence where they could park back here. But it also looks so sandy that it would have probably been pretty soft. double checking the park rules. They show us, wow, there was a lot of path in both directions. We are at that red dot and we went to the east. We could have also moved down the road just a little bit and went to the west, which we'll do that at a future date. Alrighty friends, if you enjoyed our trip, please give us a like. If you got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when it's brand new video from Bailey and I. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hey there friends, it is me, HLModTech, and we are back at the Van Buren Street Dunes, and we are actually working with a gimbal today. Alright, so let's see if we actually get smoother video as we truck through one of our first ever places we went. What are you thinking, big dog? You ready? Come on, Bailey. It is beginning to be a little bit more like fall. We are getting a little less foliage. And it's kind of funny since our first trip here was in the spring. This is an off-leash park, if you haven't seen the first video. We're allowed to just stroll at will, and apparently Bailey is off to see the sights as we make our trek. Bit rainy today, bit cloudy, but still a beautiful day to go for a hike. If you watched our earlier video, you know that the loop that we do is about 1.5 miles. We actually tracked that on Google Maps one day. There are all kinds of little paths off to the side. Bailey right now is running to the right of me. When we come up to this spot, you can take a trek to the right, but Bailey and I are going to go to the left. Come on, big girl. Here. Good girl. Not quite the sunniest day ever for a hike, but I'm telling you, it's a beautiful day whenever you got the puppy with you. And these paths are so peaceful. You do need to remember that there is open hunting out here, so make sure you keep track of the dates. Deer hunting starts in a week, and you want to make sure that you either wear orange or avoid the place during hunting time. Right, Bailey? Are you using me as a shield? Good girl. you go, big girl. I see you sneaking over there, little lady. Yes. Good girl. This place is wonderful as you do get to let the dog run. You do also run into people occasionally. The park does get some use, or the open space. But it is an off-leash space, so as long as you got your leash closed and you've got your dog trained pretty well, it works out alright. Good girl, Bailey. Not so fast, little lady. Good girl, yes. So right here there are options to go in 3 different directions. Bailey and I always hang a left, so that way we get to the back of the park, which helps us get that 1.5 miles before we're done. Come here, big girl. Good girl. You just smell all kinds of things today, don't you? Today is the first day that we've been walking that it's been in the 60s. I think it said 63 when we rolled in. It still feels awesome. Good girl. This is the outer edge of the open space, and right over there you'll see a little bit of a road and houses, but we need to make the turn over here and head along this path. This awesome tire over here Bailey sometimes uses to steal a little water, just like today. Good girl. Yeah. We're going this way, big girl. So this path over here to the right, that goes right back towards the middle. We like to go over here more to the left. And there's the awesome dunes that we climb. Good girl. This is another one of the areas where the path does go all the way to the back. But we hang the left here, and as we go around this side, you get to the awesome dune. Right, Bailey? Big girl. Even with a head start, the puppy's always gonna beat me up here, it seems. I'm saying four-wheel drive is better than two-wheel drive. Not the fact that I'm a lot older than she is. What do you think, Bailey? You gonna let me beat you today? Block my path? Now you're crazy. There are paths off to the other side, but Bailey and I like to cut through this little woods. Good girl. So fast I can't keep up with her. Good girl, yes. You like running out here, don't you? Good girl. If you ever choose to do this hike, if you ever get to these electric poles, they lead right out to the parking lot, if you ever lose your way. Hey little lady, what have we said about digging? No digging. Get out of there. What do you think you're finding? A root? You and your sticks. Come on, silly girl. Come on, Bailey. Here! Good girl. Good dog. Hey, you almost wiped me out there, puppy dog. Not quite yet. We're close to the spot. Not quite, though. You did a good job paying attention. So as I said a minute ago, we could go straight down the path, but we like to cut across this hill off into the woods over here. Good girl, yes. I see you. Good girl, yes. So this path is one part that is the least marked, but we like sneaking over on it because you follow this awesome ridge, and I think you find the highest point in the open space. And we always enjoy getting there because once you get to the highest point, you get to go down to the low point, and hills rock. What do you see, big girl? What do you think? Did we make it to the top? Good job, big girl. What are you thinking now, little lady? We're going this way. Yes. So you can walk out to that side, and it's a nice flat exit. But I like to try and tire out my puppy, and we do one more hill right here. Come on, big girl. This way, big girl. You may be able to hear the traffic on the road. That's because we're getting close. So I'm gonna leash the puppy up just because the distance when you climb the hill to your car is real short, and we don't want any oopses where the puppy makes a poor choice. And this also lets me know what it's like to use the gimbal with a leash. Good girl, yes. Might need a little longer leash. Hard to get much of the dog at this range. This is my awesome stretchy leash, so she can get a little distance. But you can see right up there is the path that goes right to the road, and like I told you, those electric poles let you know you're on the right track. Right, Bailey Boo? Left or right, it doesn't matter. You can even cut through the middle here. And I think Bailey and I are actually gonna do the middle path because this splits the exit the best. You could also cycle back along the other paths. There are lots of paths that cut all through that area over there. But Bailey and I are gonna head back just because it's time to get home. Right, big girl? Or not right, big girl? Good girl. Yes. You're a good dog. Alrighty, friends, I was smart enough to buy a gimbal, but I was not smart enough to bring a selfie stick. So this part, you're going to have to just deal with my short arm version of a selfie stick. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you've got a question, comment, or a suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from Bailey and I. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hey there, friends, it is Bailey and I, and we are at Ransom Park for the gimbal edition of our trip. Once again, remember we have to pick up after our puppies, and we need to keep them on a leash at this park. One of the nice things about this park is that the paths are paved, so even on a day like today where it is threatening to be rainy, you still don't have to worry about getting too muddy as you and your pup go for a stroll. It is the first day of October, and we are getting closer to having leaves color. Some of the leaves are turning yellow. Lots of acorns falling. We're gonna go this way, big girl. Today when we pulled up to Ransom Park, it was empty except for us. Maybe it's because of the impending weather problems. Maybe it's just a quiet park to go to. Either way, the puppy and I love that we have paved paths, and we can go out on the wilderness paths as well. Come on, big girl. Here! Good job, big girl. Lots of stuff to smell, huh? The paths in here do connect across to each other. It is not a long walk, but it is a fun walk. You can see Bailey's actually looking back at one of the paths that goes right back to the paved path, but we are going to continue back to the edge of it and check out the wilderness area. This way, big girl. Since it is October, different areas, there goes the chipmunk. Since it's October, there is hunting. No, you're not allowed to hunt. Stay, big girl. I know that looks like fun, but no, leave it. Since it's October, there are youth hunters out. So that's why we chose one of the parks instead of one of our open spaces where Bailey gets to run free. Good job, big girl. Sounds like the neighbors are doing all kinds of yard work. I hear all kinds of different machines. That path does go back a little bit further, but then runs into a house, so Bailey and I are going to stay out here on the main path. Good job, big girl. There are some incredibly large sets of trees you can take a peek at. And all kinds of wildlife, like the squirrel that just ran by over there. We have occasionally ran into deer back here. Bailey's checking out a squirrel, but we'll stay over here on the path. Sorry, big girl. Good job, big girl. Let's go. Come on, big girl. So once again, there are paths that branch off like that one to the left, but they really all end up in the front anyhow. So we're just going to stay on the outside edge with our little tour today. Alright, well, if you're listening closely, you can hear the raindrops that are hitting the forest. So Bailey and I are going to find another gear and start hightailing it towards the road. But once again, these paths are pretty good when it is wet. We just don't want to get wet or get our equipment wet. Alrighty friends, so we kind of beat the rain. You can see me and the puppy are inside the car now, but we did have an awesome trip. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from Bailey and I. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hey there friends, it is me, HLModTech, and Bailey and I today are going to take you on a tour of Collin Park. So my friends, let's see what there is to explore. Alright, let's go. Alrighty friends, so as you can see, Collin Park goes towards the water, and Bailey is pretty excited about the water, the trees, and everything else there is to see. It is a beautiful October night, and we're going to just take a stroll around and see what we can see. Leave it. All kinds of things to smell and see, huh? And we're gonna stay up here, big girl. Stay here, big girl. $22.95. Not really, you're living in a house. Getting better. that one smell like? Here you can see a nifty map of the park, and I've circled where we started and where we went. There's a lot more for us to check out, obviously, but we'll do that on a different day. We're gonna stay down here, sweetie. This way. Come here, Bailey. Good girl. This way. Come on, big girl. Let's go. Come. Bailey's checking out the water, not necessarily the sights, but it is really pretty. Bailey, slow down. Leave it. Leave it, big girl. Yep. No, we're not chasing the squirrel. We can walk over on the path, though. Yes, good girl. Leave the squirrel alone. Come on, big girl. Nope. They do look adorable, but you don't get to play with them. Nope. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. No, you don't get to chase the squirrel. Come on. Good dog. want to go through this path too? Sorry to interrupt. Come on, silly puppy. Come on, big girl. Nope, time to be a dog. Yes. Good girl, we are going up this way. Come here. Going this way, big girl. Yep, let's cross the road. Make sure we're safe. Good girl, look both ways. Is that fun, Bailey? Hey there, friends. If you found that useful, please give it a like. If you got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from Bailey and I. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hey there, friends. It is Bailey and I, and we are back at Pine Bend, heading out for another trip. Remember, Pine Bend is a leash park, so we've got our leash on, and we are ready to roll, busting out the gimbal, trying to get some quality footage as we show you this awesome on-leash path. You ready, big girl? That's my puppy. Pine Bend is a wonderfully marked area. The paths are super clear. There are lots of variations you can do as you travel. As it becomes fall, the foliage is going to be more and more beautiful every day. And eventually, when it becomes winter, you are able to cross-country ski here as well. So as you travel, there are many signs that help you see where you're headed. We've done these paths enough that Bailey and I don't really look at them anymore. We know that we want to go to the left and take the big hills, and we also know that we want to stay out of those puddles. Good girl. This awesome little area right here is a little creek where in the summer when it was super hot, we let Bailey actually stop and take a quick drink. Being a little lab, she's always happy to do more than drink. She'd love to go in and swim, but it's getting cool enough that apparently she knows that's not the best idea. Good job, big girl. So much to smell. Oh, you see a squirrel in the no chasing. Bailey wants that squirrel so bad, but no, big girl. Let's go. Leave it. So right up here, you'll see that the path forks. If you go to the right, it goes more towards down the water. If you go to the left, it takes you up on some cooler hills, which are a lot of fun, I bet, in the winter if you're cross-country skiing. We're going to go left just because we like that hike, and it's kind of fun because we get to tire Bailey out just a little. Come on back this way, big girl. Yeah. This is what it looks like when Bailey sees other dogs on the path. She just stops and stares, and I wait patiently for her to be ready to go. On cue. Let's go, puppy dog. Come on. Good girl. spring was really cool. It was so low that it actually looked kind of like a swamp. There's a little water in it now with the rain lately, but in the middle of the summer it was completely dried out. Once again, this is where you can stay closer to the water, or you can move up into the hills. Bailey and I are heading for the hills. She knows this path pretty darn well. A bit of sunshine coming out, making the path a little bit brighter. Stops just because the leaves fall these days. Which I guess if I was a puppy and had only seen them up in the trees, I'd be freaking out a little bit if they were falling too. Bailey's in a hurry. I guess we'll catch the next one. Earlier this year, that tree snapped off. There were two trees side by side, and it took out the two trees beside it. What you looking for, Bailey dog? Interesting over here. That tree tipped over and took all the ground with it. go check this one out with you. Good girl. Is a kayak launch just a little bit down the Hemlock Crossing. These two parks actually meet in the middle, and quite often you'll see people kayaking today. It is pretty peaceful. Bailey, as you can see, is trying to go down to the water level because she likes to look at the water and try to get a drink. Don't you, big girl? Today she's actually following directions and we're going to stay out of the water. I wonder if the cool air is getting a change in her mind. It's down in the 60s. This summer, a couple times we were here when it was in the 90s, and we were both thinking about going for a swim in that water. I always find this area to the left interesting. It's always some kind of mucky swamp. It's got a different brown to it, and I think it's always kind of got some tannins or something in it. At this point, you see to get close to the water. And on this side, you've got that little road spot. And you've got a sweet little bridge that you can cross as well. Here, getting close to the water, you get to see more of those colors changing as well. Once again, lots of options to go different ways. We're going to stay close to the water on today's trip. As you travel, you'll see that little sign that just went by. There are lots of ways for you to go, but there's lots of maps that help you stay on the straight and narrow as well. Stay up here, big girl. Good dog. This is my puppy, the Daredevil. She likes to walk out on this. Come on, big girl. Let's go back this way where it's dry. Silly dog. Good girl. This way. Good job. Way to be brave. And crazy. Come on. Good girl. Here's another cute little river overlooks. This one's the shortest walk. And it's also the less built. We have seen cool little animals out here swimming before. Out in that area, there was a muskrat or a beaver. Not really sure which, but it was kind of pretty. Alright, big girl. Let's go this way, little lady. Good girl. Color in here is getting pretty fantastic. I don't think the puppy really notices, but I see it. Good girl, yes. We're gonna stay up here, sweetie. Come on. Good job. As you're traveling, if you keep your eyes open, there's actually a beaver hut down there. And this also signifies that you're getting real close to the Hemlock Crossing part of the path. We, of course, have that in a separate video. Just not a gimbal edition yet, so we'll probably be making that soon. If you didn't catch the beaver hut as you're going by, you might get this little clue. There's a tree that the beaver took out. You can actually see the teeth merged down there. Bailey, do you want to go take a look? We can go down there again, you bet. Come on, big girl. Of course, my little lab wants to get close to the water, but I always like to check out where the beaver took out that big, huge tree. Let's set up, big girl. Good job. Up you go. Alright, so friends, when you get to this little bridge, this is where it actually crosses over and becomes Hemlock Crossing. There's a separate parking area over there, restrooms and all kinds of other amazing facilities. We are going to go straight back. I won't record that, but that way you know at least where it was. Alrighty friends, so if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you've got a question, comment, or a suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from me and Billy. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.